Bombs away, Briz. Nordo, I'm going to monologue for a minute. If there are some things that hit you along the way, jot them down and let's chat. End of said spiel. And we also have more talkbacks to play, so here we go. Bombs away, Briz, as in Rob Brzezinski, acting general manager for the Minnesota Vikings. Shoot at the spot and connect with draft hit after hit after hit after hit. Lay on KO and Flow and Matt Daniels and ride like the wind. Quick twitched the 2020. Now, here's the deal. So go back to 2022, and I quick twitched the 26 draft picks here since 2022. And fairly, I can say, and Age of Rage can take me deep. Again, if everybody has opinions on this, but out of the 26 draft picks from 2022, 11 have been, that's right, and 15 might get the buzzer. So that's how I see it. And so now it's bombs away, Briz, as in Rob Brzezinski, the top money man of money men ever to money. Capologist, poison pill. Lost Burleson because of the poison pill, but gained an HOF for the trouble. Only way to get Hutch, Steve Hutchinson, and the belief, the only way to sniff a Super Bowl was to get beloved Hutch, and eventually Brett Favre, and our acting general manager, was the man who crafted that masterpiece. All right, so bombs away, Briz. No matter if they hire a general manager anew before the season, this one forever will be the Brzezinski draft. This is the Briz draft. Kwesi didn't make all the 26 picks over the last 4 drafts, but got credit or took shame because of the GM title. That's just how it works. So this is the Briz draft. All right, 2025. Make that 2026. The Briz draft. And I'm hoping our guy has a big say in the final call. Now, I do not believe the acting general manager will be in the corner of moving this year's second, next year's first, and like Grenard for the J-Love spot. I ain't feeling that. Swashbuckling as some of his crafted money man moves have been, Briz has been here nearly 3 decades. He's not leaving, no matter what's next. And I guess, look at it like find 5 or 6 who can help now. That's a big number. I get it. But it's antithetical to the last 4 drafts. So find 4, 5, or 6 who can help now, like the Minnesota Vikings having one of those Veach or Les Snead drafts. Those are the best. Those drafts are the best. We talked about it yesterday with Matt Stafford. They're the best because they create an oxymoron known as a good problem. Like 4 years from now, everybody's like, dang, we have to pay all these good players whose rookie deals are up. But along the way, you have studs you drafted and reinforced the covenant. What if Brzezinski knows they have a general manager they want to hire, and he orchestrates the move up for J. Love no matter the cost? It's like, I'm probably on my way out of this general manager chair into a different role. What the bleep? I'm going to orchestrate a Jeremiah Love move no matter the cost. He's like, this is my one shot, one opportunity to seize everything in one moment. Let's capture it and not let it slip. A majority of Vikings fans would go nuts at the draft party if they did something like that. Vikings World Order guy with the shield, he'd be like, Kyler, Jefferson, J-Love, let's play. Inside the 30, cuts left, love, touchdown, Vikings. It'd be sweet. But the favored scenario to take place involves post-draft, us and Vikings fans and boxes waiting months to see if somebody like K-State's Sam Heck beats Brandel or Juergens for the center spot into the opener. I mean, we have desires and identified or perceived needs. Doesn't always work that way. And generally speaking, from the draft up through training camp, you're trying to figure out what we're going to do here. We may be like, the team may be like, the defense finished the season as one of the best in the league, and Rodgers, B. Murph, and Fabian Moreau held down the corner spot. Now it's James Pierre. The point being, it's a small percentage, in my estimation, it's a small percentage a drafted corner plays more than those guys I just mentioned, specifically Rodgers, Murphy, and or Pierre. Now, perhaps the team is embracing a rookie tight end that jumps into the covenant that Brz took and hit on one in a deep tight end draft. Bombs away, Brz. Maybe Briz's guy is Kenyon Sadiq. And like he and Kevin O'Connell have gotten together and are like, look, to get J-Love, we have to give up the farm. For Sadiq, we're just giving up the silo. And Bessie, the prize cow with the reliable teats. I'd dig it if they did something like that, and fans at the draft party probably would think it was cool, too. 2026, the Brz draft. This is the Brz draft. First draft post-Kwesi. A swing was taken, and here's how it played out. That's what we're going to be looking for, thinking about, because, like I say, this is the only Brz draft. Bombs away, Brz. Maybe this draft or some of these players become skull stories 10 years from now. There are skull stories all up and down this season coming up. For instance, when the Vikings go to New Orleans, you think they're going to let Ryan Wright pass on us in this game in New Orleans? I have no idea what I was up into when I wrote that off. Bombs away, Brz. Well, Daniels has to do something with the passing punter, Johnny Hecker, with Wright on the other side of the field, right? Bombs away, Brz. Is there anything via the draft or anywhere that we can do to make Miles Price our version of Khalif Raymond?
Oh my gosh.
Miles Price, Khalif Raymond, returner and the sneakiest of receivers if you put the wrong guy on him. Maybe we fend the challenge of acquiring D-Hop and use Ty Felton, a drafted player in our version of Khalif Raymond, in the form of Miles Price. And then we stay away from receiver in the draft. Bombs away, Brz. Think about this. Craft plays where, if you craft plays where Miles Price, everybody remember Miles Price? You happen to remember Miles Price?
I remember Miles Price.
Okay, 3-2. Craft plays where Miles Price and Kyler run side by side. Miles is 5'9", Kyler's 5'10", and defenders won't know which guy to hit.
I always love that one.
Put Price on a jet right. Just as he runs past Murray, Kyler takes the snap, and they align with a vanguard of beef in front of them. Maybe there's a pitch involved, or maybe they stay behind the line, and when the safety S's his P's, copyright sauce, Kyler throws deep to an open Jefferson. Maybe we start with a kickoff touchdown with Miles Price, and then we turn him into the next version of Khalif Raymond. Let's get Miles home first with that kick return TD. We haven't had one since Kene Nwanwu, that Thanksgiving night against Bailey Zappi and the New England Patriots. But bombs away, Brz. 2026 is the Brzezinski draft. And 9 to noon's here for it.
When we talk about Brzezinski and we talk about going bombs away in the draft 2 weeks from tomorrow,
yeah,
there's an element of everything's on the table. We're going to do Thirsty Thursday potentially on a Friday and chat about guys that we want at 18, guys we are thirsty for. Mm-hmm. So many different things. for me, it's like, I don't know if you've ever heard the, young people today, the kids, they talk about body count.
No cap.
No cap. Body count. So-and-so's body count. I think this is a body count draft.
That sounds great.
For Brzezinski, in the regard that
Bombs away, Briz.
You mentioned it. Is it 5? Is it 6 people that can help immediately? This is a body count draft for Brzezinski, where regardless of if it's Sadiq, if it's a tackle, if it's a wideout, you got to hit the freaking picks. And Brzezinski's been here, since the late 90s. So, he is well respected, tons of equity with this squad, and well liked. Now, this is his first time being in the job of the general manager. Is it a legacy play? Does he want to be GM? Heart of hearts, could he just be fine going back and tickling the abacus in the back room?
Tickling sides?
Yeah, tickling sides and reliable teats. All of those things.
Oh, you were
together.
listening.
I was indeed listening. It's a body count draft for Rob Brzezinski, and it really comes down to that for me. So the bombs away, as I look at it with Brzezinski, there can be no bombs.
Yeah.
That this has to be a bombless draft.
I just wanted to write, to get Jeremiah Love, you got to give up the farm.
Yeah.
To get Kenyon Sadiq, you only have to give up the silo and your best cow named Bessie and her reliable teats.
No, I totally get it.
If there are no bombs away, there are no bombs away.
I wanted
but
to.
This, I mean, if we must be serious, this 2026 is a draft tied to the name Rob Brzezinski.
Yes.
It's the Briz draft. I mean, Brzezinski draft, Money Man draft, call it whatever you want. But whether he makes all the picks or none of the picks, they will be too quickly judged. But that happens. It's happened forever. But as we look at them down the road and figure out like where Andrew Booth is and what Ed Ingram's doing, starting all those games in Houston and Caleb Evans and Lewis Seen, things like that, well, people will look back at 2026 and they will be tied to Brzezinski.
Yes.
So I'm like, with uncertainty as to who the general manager is going to be moving forward, go bombs away, man.
Yeah.
I hope and when I say bombs away, I don't mean like if you have a Texas Tech center that everybody thinks is in the 5th round, then take him on Friday. No, just don't be afraid. Just play fear-free. Just play fear-free. I hope Brzezinski has a say in it because he's the acting general manager.
Yes.
He's very smart, and there aren't too many people who care more than him. So that was the essence of the bombs away, Briz, man. Just get in there and just chuck them, and let the proverbial chips fall where they may.
Yeah, no, you're dead on there, and I'm playing off of that, saying bomb free, as in these guys got to work. Whoever the Vikings select on Thursday night has to be freaking playing in 2026. The guys you select on Friday, you got 3 more in the top 100 on Friday. These guys have to make sense. There has to be a logic behind it. They have to have an opportunity to compete and play in 2026. And for Rob Brzezinski, I think that he's rolling into this. I think he is playing free. I think this guy loves this organization. He appreciates the loyalty, not just from the team, but that he's provided to the Minnesota Vikings. I think he knows he's in a spot. I mean, I don't think he thinks this way. Unless the draft years from now is a complete disaster, I don't see there being a ton of pressure on Rob Brzezinski, given the state of where we are at as a team. We want to go bomb free. These need to absolutely hit. That's all very true. But Brzezinski has been put into somewhat of an unorthodox position here, where he is the longtime money man. There may or may not be an exhausting or not exhausting search for a future general manager after the draft. In the meantime, he gets the desk and he gets the business card and he gets to have a say in the room as to what's happening.
That's the hope.
So for me, it's just, it's Bessie, it's reliable teats.
There we go.
It's bomb free, and it's a body count. We need to have a high body count in that draft, and that includes people that can play and make a difference early. And you're right, there'll be judgment on the front end.
No cap.
And even I'll sit here on Thursday or Friday nights like, ooh, that guy was available. Hey, I really like this guy. We attach, when we research for things, we're going to attach a care, or there's an emotional response if we don't get our way. But in the end, body count is many people that can play as soon as humanly freaking possible.
Amen.
And I just think, from the bombs away standpoint, I do believe Brzezinski's going to have a chance to play free and just put good guys in good spots. And it won't be, I don't think it'll be the blockbuster trade. I also don't think it's going to be this massive trade back. I feel like this could be a potential, maybe you're rushing from Saturday into Friday potentially, or maneuvering chips on the board. But this feels like a big stick and pick opportunity, specifically at 18, and I think somewhat on Friday as well, where Brzezinski doesn't have to overthink it. It's just, this is my board. We have faith in it. Love my scouts. Love these names. Boom, 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 boom. In your case, bombs away. I'm saying body count, keeping these guys on the field early in 2026.
And this is 9 to noon.
Hi, guys. 2 things. I realize it's spelled differently, but petition to call Will Cheddar the Big Cheese.
Yeah.
Also,
Better cheddar.
let's hope Jaden McDaniel's knee doesn't shatter. On the depth chart, Dallas Turner will climb the ladder. Home ice doesn't matter. Wild in 5.
Wow, that, the poetry was unbelievable. If you had turned that into limerick or haiku-like fashion, that sure was nice.
Yeah, and that indeed is that's our talk back of the day, PA. Yeah, Talker Tuesday on a Wednesday. Big thanks to Nick.
Sorry about my microphone. We've had problems all show.
For providing the talk back of the day. He'll get a $25 gift card to Northern Fire Grilling and Barbecue Supply in Minnetonka. Learn more about Northern Fire. You can shop there, too. NorthernFireBBQ.com. But before we get to a Wildcard Wednesday with the NFL draft, I did want to hit on a couple more talkbacks here.
Good morning, gentlemen. It's Tom in Rosemount. Just wanted to talk about the concept of Dallas Turner being a starter. I think everyone needs to pump the brakes a little bit on him. If you go back and watch a lot of the tape, when he did have his sacks, he had free runs or going against just a single tight end blocking him, which does make you wonder why a team would feel that they can block him with just a tight end. Not saying he's not going to be good, just saying maybe we need to slow down.
Okay, jeez.
Well, okay.
I'm kind of down on Dallas.
Dallas Turner's work against the run needs to improve. So if we're going to get super serious here and talk about Jonathan Grenard and the totality of his game and mesh it with the contract that everybody thinks he needs or desires or should get, and that's very fair. Jonathan is a high-end, tall overall player, and his work against the run is about as good as you're going to see with an edge, with an outside guy. Dallas Turner shedding blocks of guards and tackles and bigger tight ends. That is, I believe, a work in progress. Now, from year 2 to 3, he's had ample time this offseason to work on things and he's 20. He just turned 23, so he's still really young. And having Dallas Turner in the stable as a future asset to win Kentucky Derbies, Super Bowls, and Breeders' Cups coming up in the future, yeah, I dig that. I like that a lot. But, it's moving Grenard simply so Dallas can play more. I don't know, man. I just can't wrap my mind around that.
No, I can't either.
Jonathan Grenard, see, its identity is incredibly important in the performance business. And that's what the National Football League is. It's a performance-based scenario. Grenard and Van Ginkel, as the kids would say, that's a thing. Grenard and Van Ginkel identifies your defense.
Yes.
You're able to play games and not have people go over the top on you with Metellus near the line, Hitman near the end, and Murph, along with Isaiah Rodgers, James Pierre, Fabian Moreau, or Nudie guy. You can use those guys. Why? Because Grenard and Van Ginkel get there so quickly. And the deception of Flores is second to none. So just when you think they're going to get there quickly and they back off, well, that's a problem too. Ask Sam Darnold. I mean, Flores could not do better work in that Darnold game where the Vikings got shut out to give the team a chance as long as they could with Grenard playing like 30% of the game. But when Grenard came in, anybody remember that? when Grenard finally checked into the game, he changed the whole thing. Every single time he was in, he changed the whole thing. He's one of the best edge players in the National Football League. And if you're going to trade him, okay, you can supplant it with edge du jour. And by the way, we haven't talked a lot of edge, outside linebacker, 9 to noon, because why? Because we have Grenard, Van Ginkel, and Dallas Turner. But this draft is deep with edge players. It's supposedly very deep with guys who play like that. So it's from a Dallas Turner standpoint, love having him on the team, love having him in the covenant, love having him part of this 3 here. But when we're talking 50, 60, 65 plays a game, I just need to see it.
Yeah, I need to see it too. Now, if the Grenard move happened, that kind of puts edge rusher far up
Big
the
time.
totem pole of, potentially it's a Thursday conversation.
No.
You don't think so?
Well, I can't flippantly say no like that, because if you trade Grenard, then you're doing it because of how much you believe in Dallas Turner. So now if you draft an edge on Thursday, the first round, well, you're drafting that guy probably to play now. So then you're kind of in the same situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I totally.
But from a combine standpoint, and I haven't said this much at all. Why? Because we have Grenard, Van Ginkel, and Turner, and it's the bomb.
We got JG.
Why you want to mess with it?
I don't want to.
Why does anybody want to mess with it? Okay,
we're getting Rosenhaused.
Well, I understand. Hey, the contract part matters. And Grenard is underpaid, according to the right people around the league. This thing sucks.
Yes.
I don't want Jonathan Grenard to be traded. He's the bomb.
I agree.
What's identifiable with the Minnesota Vikings? You have Justin Jefferson. Okay.
Yeah.
You couldn't get the ball to him last year. That was quite identifiable. Darisaw is one of the best left tackles in the NFL when he plays. Murray runs. We haven't seen it, but Murray runs, Murray passes.
He will run, yes.
The number, behind Justin, the number one identifiable factor of the Minnesota Vikings is the thrust, threat, and productivity of Jonathan Grenard and Andrew Van Ginkel.
Yes, indeed.
So if you want to get in there and mess with one of your top 2 and the Alabama kicker, he's in there too, but I ain't going to put him second.
Right.
But seriously,
it's the defense.
But he wins games.
Yeah.
So it's the defense in totality, but like we were discussing with Gessling, why does nobody ever throw over the top on the Vikings? Grenard and Van Ginkel. Why do quarterbacks SPs copyright sauce? Grenard and Van Ginkel. Okay, maybe Turner immediately or within the next year and change can be who Grenard is.
Maybe.
Okay, well, that's the beauty of the job. Bombs away, Briz.
Yeah.
If that's the deal, bombs away, man.
Yeah, and well, it's just maybe Dallas Turner becomes this thing, right? It's similar, in the Wild conversation.
And I don't want to shortchange Dallas and what he did last year.
I think he's improving.
Oh no, he jumped out of his skin. There were times last year, and against bigger guys, he shed blocks and he changed games. But see, with Grenard, okay, if this is what I love about decisions like this. And I said it with Kwesi every step of the way. One of the best things I enjoyed about Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah being the general manager is there was a definable line of delineation with decisions he made. That very first trade, bad. Van Ginkel, Grenard, Cashman, that whole run.
Yeah.
Dynamite. It was easy to determine W's and L's with Kwesi. Well, if you trade Grenard, okay, whatever you get. But if Turner and Van Ginkel gets hurt, by the way, I think he's 31 years of age, and he gets hurt a little bit too.
Well, he had a neck injury earlier in his career, and then got nicked up last season. Yeah, missed 3, 4, 5 games maybe.
There we go. So I just don't want this to be predicated on we can't find a way to pay Jonathan, and we can't figure out what to do with Dallas.
With you.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I want Grenard on this team.
But I don't want
Wolves. I can't wait until tomorrow.
Final segment, 9 to noon, and it's time for the post game. Thanks so much, by the way, whether it was Ben Gessling, Parker Fox joining us today, all the talkbacks, which it was a Talker Tuesday on a Wednesday. But if you missed anything 9 to noon, podcastable, free iHeartRadio app. That'll be popped up there on the app in about 15, 20 minutes. But some things to go back on post-game, some reacts, if you will. How good was Will Cheddar this morning with Parker Fox? Who's Will Cheddar? Well, Stewartville, Minnesota's finest, who just won a national title with the Wolverines of Michigan. Here's a snippet of that conversation.
Any Ann Arbor ticker tape parade yet?
I mean, we had 40 fires and 2 arrests on Monday night. So it's safe to say that, Ann Arbor was, in full swing in celebration.
Yeah, congratulations to Mr. Cheddar. Congratulations to the Wolverines. First title since 1989. But an assist, of course, for that interview, PA, goes to Parker Fox. Janai Broom with Auburn a year ago. This time around, Will Cheddar, Minnesota native, hoisting a trophy, cutting down the nets with Michigan after they beat UConn 2 nights ago.
Strong podcasting recommendation here, and it was the first segment of the show. So when you go to KFAN.com, 9 to noon on demand. First segment, about 12 minutes with Will Cheddar.
Yeah, it was very, very good. So was Ben Gessling in studio during the 10. But you played out, this referee thing's not freaking going away. And it's kind of a dirty, kind of a convoluted conversation. But anytime I get to hear Pete Bursich losing his mind about something referee related, I just got to hear it. I heard it once. I got to hear it again.
Let's see what Pete Bursich had to say. December 29th. 2024. It's labeled Pete's Rant on Refs.
Damn, he's hit as he throws incomplete. It nearly was intercepted.
They're ruling a fumble.
They are?
Yes, I hate when they just do that, Paul. They just let it rule a fumble so that way
on the field is a fumble.
Yeah, so you get the replay.
Recovered by the defense.
Yeah, if this stands, which it won't, because the ball was not loose when his arm came forward.
Right.
They're going to overturn this and say it was an incomplete pass, but this.
Oh, that's incomplete.
How many times have we seen this year?
Yeah.
Where the referees just swallow their whistle because they know they're going to get the replay because it is ruled a turnover.
After review, it's an incomplete pass. It'll be second down.
And it's garbage because the defense could recover it, make a return, then our offensive guys have to. The guys get hurt. We saw what happened to Brian O'Neill a couple years back. It just drives me absolutely batty that these officials won't step up and just make a call. They just lean on the replay.
First of all, Pete Bursich, nobody wants to beat the Packers, as that was a border battle, more than Pete Bursich does. But potentially buckle up for more conversations in relation to the referees and what they're doing or what they're missing. If this is replacement refs version 2. And just via the Vikings audio network, you might get to hear more emotion from the analyst in 2026.
Another, what I felt was interesting point earlier, 9 to noon, is Minnesota Wild fans, yours truly, tripping out over the Wild playing at home. Now, having more home games than road games in the playoffs, that's cool for the fans. That's cool for the owners. It doesn't matter to the teams. Well, over the last 4 years of Stanley Cup playoffs, road teams have won 39 of 60 series. Road teams have won 39 of 60 series. So they'll beat Big D tomorrow, and hopefully they'll get home ice. That'd be cool. More Vox in the box. But keep that in mind. Road teams, 39. Home teams, 21 victories over the last 4 years.
Yeah, 65% winners are the road teams in those series. Do they clinch at home? I don't know. Home, road, whatever. The road teams are winning these things. And finally, starting the final hour, PA, just a message is Rob Brzezinski, okay, money man, now acting general manager. Will he be GM beyond the draft, etc.? We'll worry about that later. The draft, though, it's a bombs away affair and many interesting options.
Perhaps we're embracing. Perhaps the team is embracing a rookie tight end that jumps into the covenant that Briz took and hit on one in a deep tight end draft. Bombs away, Briz. Maybe Briz's guy is Kenyon Sadiq, and like he and Kevin O'Connell have gotten together and are like, look, to get J-Love, we have to give up the farm. For Sadiq, we're just giving up the silo. and Bessie, the prize cow with the reliable teats. I don't know why that always satiates you, and I don't even know why I write it.
Well, so first you hit me, were you even listening? Yes, I was listening. Second, but then I know when you get on a roll, because the other bit was, I don't know what I was doing when I wrote the Ryan Wright thing.
Oh, I do. I wrote Bombs Away Briz midday Saturday, and I forgot to continue it. And then I started writing about Miles Price. And all of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? To get Jeremiah Love, that requires giving up the farm. To get Kenyon Sadiq, all you got to do is give up the silo, and Bessie, your prized cow, the one with the reliable teats. And then I stopped there, marveling at said pros.
So the message in the end is, this is a big one for Briz, and don't leave anything on the table, Mr. Acting General Manager. Reliable teats and all. And
speaking of big ones, the Wild have a big one tomorrow night against the Dallas Stars here on the Flamethrower, FM 100.3 KFAN. For Nordo, I'm Paul Allen. Thank you very much for listening. May God bless you and all of your families. And the program's coming up next around the corner. Have a great day. Bye.
We lucky we got 'em.
9 to noon.
Good time.
If it's good news or money, leave a message.
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show, or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.